Greetings and salutations, people. It's the Z-Man once more, here to debunk the Orb Queen's latest video that she has aptly called two fireball UFOs. Why she calls them UFOs, I have no idea. What you will be seeing is further video supplied by the Disinformation Queen herself, in which she is filming, in reality, airplanes headed towards her, or her general direction. But her lack of depth perception makes her, or leads her to believe, that these lights in the skies are UFOs or orbs within the valley she is filming. Now, keep in mind, the valley is not 1 mile across, but she always states it's within the valley. I will show further evidence later on and depict the length of the valley itself and the actual location of the airport, Allegheny County Airport, and I will show you that what she is filming once and for all is only and only could be airplanes, helicopters, military aircraft possibly as well. Either way, the woman is not filming UFOs from Planet Zubu or Dimension X. They do not power on, they do not power off. They just happen to be behind the valley she is filming from at a lower elevation. Well, let us proceed with her video.
Oh man, now that guy's just cruising along. I think that made these horses really nervous. Yeah. Oh, where did the other guy go? Shit, I gotta get my color camera set up. Good view. The other one's in kind of full fake mode. Carrying on. Oh yeah, wow, he is doing that bright like a sun thing. There's a real jet overhead of me now. Not sure which way it's headed because it's above the clouds. There's a thin cloud bank. And another one. Okay. Sorry.
Alright, people, enough. I can't go on. You saw what it is the dark screen. What in essence she's filming is the valley ridge. She states the lights are within the valley, and I will prove that these lights are outside of the valley. She goes on to boast that these orbs or UFOs are supposedly coming out of some minefield, mine shaft. Where she comes up with these damn ass explanations, I don't know. I think she just plucks them out of thin air and runs with it. It's like a child running with scissors. Nothing good could come of it. So, now that you've seen the gist of her video labeled Two Fireball UFOs, let us proceed with the debunking. And here we go. Alright, people, let's start with the debunking. What we have here is Alison's vantage point. This is where she always parks her car, and she situates herself here in this clearing and looks yonder out to the valley. If we pan out, what we'll realize is this. This is exactly the valley floor right here. So we have the valley. So just to stress the fact that it is a valley, let me just change the angle and you'll notice, get in here, that we have a valley. The top point of the valley, or the valley ridge wall, is over here, and her vantage point is here. So in essence, when she looks out towards the valley, she only can see up to this ridge point. She actually sees further beyond the ridge point because the cell towers and the water tower out here are what's poking above the ridge line. So we have a valley, all right? We have this valley, and we have the valley behind it, and other valleys. But right now, we're interested with the valley in her immediate vicinity, because she cannot see anything past this valley ridge wall, except for the towers that are on the other side. We have a water tower, and we have a cell tower, all right? Let's pan back out over here. Now, let us return. The distance between this valley ridge wall and her vantage point is exactly, let's make sure, 6.63 miles. A little over half a mile. So that is the depth and the length of the valley she can see within. Now, keep in mind, she keeps saying that this valley is about 3,500 feet in length. But she's wrong, people. It's only half a mile. And she also states that the orbs that she is filming are within the valley. Within this valley. Wrong once again, Alison. These orbs are not within this valley. These orbs are outside the valley, outside this ridge wall. Okay? Let's pan out. Now that we know what she's looking at, she cannot see past this ridge wall. Anything beyond it is on a lower elevation, except these towers that are on a higher point, and they poke up actually 200 feet into the air. Let's also make reference to the other towers in her vicinity. You have cell tower here, water tower, cell tower. All the likes in her area. Keep in mind, this is her vantage point. So when she looks out past her domain, her field of view, she sees other cell towers, and you've seen them in her video. The ridge line, this ridge line right here, because you see the color differentiation right here, this ridge line is as far as she could see. It also happens to be peppered with cell phone towers, water towers, and other things. You know, she could see them because they are about 200 feet up in the air. All right, let's get back to the vantage point. Now, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow her out of the water. As you can tell, this is the direction in a southwesterly direction. She stares. This is her vantage point. Now, when I click this line, when we follow it, it's going to open up new venues. Okay? Let's follow it. Oh my goodness, where could it be leading us to? Oh, I'm so anxious. Lo and behold, people, it has led us over to Allegheny County Airport. Yes, folks, this is the location of the mysterious UFO airport. But the only difference is that it's not a UFO airport. It is a man-made airport. That happens to be, let's find out, 13.3 miles away from her vantage point. This airport happens to lie at a lower elevation as well. But here's the most interesting part of them all. The airport runway faces where? Bum ba bum, in her direction. So, like I was stating before, these UFOs / Orbies head towards her, but they're not UFOs. They're not / Orbies. They're airplanes. So let's paint the picture of reality for Alison. The airplane takes off or lands and heads in this direction, but it doesn't head in an immediate straight direction. Oh no! As I stated before, there is a vectoring around the airport. And there are vector routes. And as I told you in a past video, the main vector route of this airport happens to travel in the same direction the red line does. So isn't it a coincidence that her vantage point is towards the airport. And the runway happens to be facing in her general direction. So what happens is the airplane takes off. Then it engages a vector route somewhere around here and turns to her right or to her left. Let's go back to her vantage point. Now keep in mind, people, that beyond this ridge wall, the valley ridge wall, see the discoloration right here? She cannot see beyond that. The airport happens to lie at a lower elevation. So she does not see the airplane take off or touch down. What she sees is a light source emanating from the trees from this ridge line. Of course, the airport happens to be at a lower elevation, but her depth perception has clouded her mind. The lack thereof, actually. What happens is the airplane is approaching a vector route above this area, and it turns this way or this way. But what she sees from her vantage point, what she sees from here, people, what does she see? Well, let me just clarify what she sees. She sees a light source, and that light source turns to her left or to her right. But initially, it comes towards her. Every video she films is a light source coming towards her, which I already proved why, because it's taken off from Allegheny County Airport. Then it makes it turn to the left, it turns to the right. Unfortunately, for Alison, reality is not in her vocabulary. Every time the light source or the headlights of the plane come towards her and it makes a turn, the actual airplane exposes itself. Because as it banks to its right or to its left, we see the main body of the airplane. But this is where Alison's mind takes a turn for the imaginary. This is where she introduces the morphing aspect of her UFO. As the plane gets closer and then suddenly banks left or right, we see the wing lights, the nav lights, we see the cabin lights, and any sound mind would say, oh my God, I've been duped. No, not Alison. Alison goes into fantasy mode. Behold, she claims, the UFO has now turned into a plane. Those conniving aliens have tried to boggle my mind, but I am too slick to fall for their tricks. Alison, why the conspiracy? Why not embrace the reality of it all? The airplane takes off from Allegheny County Airport, flies towards you, makes a left, makes a right, and then exposes itself as being a man-made aircraft. Not an alien aircraft, a man-made aircraft. Not from the, what is it, the mines that you claim, not from a mine, not from a underground base, not from a secret airport base, but from Allegheny County Airport. And to make matters worse, if and when a plane does fly over her head and she hears the roars of the engine, what does Alison do? Look, she says, it has just introduced its fake airplane sounds, along with its collective fake airplane lights, along with its morphed body, and therefore I see an alien craft mimicking an airplane. Well, Alison, I do not subscribe to the world of Zubuism, the world of alienism. I subscribe to the world of reality. If it flies like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, by golly, Alison, what could it be? It has to be a duck. Unfortunately, in your mind, you say it is a UFO cleverly disguised as one of our own. That is where we part ways. And that is where I have introduced enough evidence to debunk you. You, Alison, are either delusional or purposely actually offering us this information. Either way, whatever category you want to situate yourself in, I am here to say this. You have been thoroughly debunked once more.